Hi Scorpio, welcome to July 2019. You all have my number or something because I swear the journey I have with Scorpios continues to blow my mind. So powerful, so powerful. Yeah, just thinking about it makes my heart so full. You guys, thank you for being who you are. So July is an interesting month, my friends. July is a very interesting month. We're in eclipse season. We have two big eclipses, one on the Cancer new moon on July 2nd. It's going to be a total solar eclipse that is visible in parts of South America, on the ocean close to South America. We also have full moon in Capricorn with a partial lunar eclipse that will be visible in big parts of Europe and other parts of the world. That happens on July 16th. In between those two eclipses, we have a Mercury retrograde that begins in Leo, fellow fixed sign Leo, on July 9th, moves back into Cancer on July 19th, and moves direct on July 30th. So those are the big ones, right? We also have a whole bunch of energy moving through Capricorn and opposing the Sun, opposing Venus. You know, Saturn and Pluto are both working over there in Capricorn, and with the south node of the moon, reminding us about where we need to heal old wounding when it comes to masculine energy. And we have all this energy with the north node of the moon, including Venus and the Sun, working to help us heal our relationship to divine feminine and to our mothering energy. Now for you guys, the new moon in Cancer is going to be affecting, it's a fellow water sign. So I think you guys will jive with this energy pretty well. I think you'll kind of enjoy the psychic, intense quality that a new moon in Cancer can bring with it, especially an eclipse like this. I think you guys will be finding that you're really connecting in with bigger visions, bigger ideas, understanding what this path is going to be for you moving forward, because there's been a lot of mystery about that, hasn't there? There's been a lot of shift over from like February to now. It has been just closing out an old world and opening up a new one, right? And it's been quite a powerful journey to get there. Ten of Swords, again, oh my gosh, you guys, this card is just here, isn't it? There's a closeout going on with these eclipses, right? Eclipses do have an association with death and rebirth. It's a blotting out of light and the light returning. And so whenever they're coming in, part of the intensity of them is that something kind of shifts in that time, in that energetic changeover. We are having a chance to reset something. So there is a bit of that death energy, Page of Swords. But if you can see for Scorps, with that death, transformation, culmination energy comes clarity, and there's an ease with which that comes through for you all. So I think that new moon eclipse is going to be really beautiful for you. The full moon in Capricorn lunar eclipse will be interesting. It may take your words away a little bit. It may knock the breath out of you a little bit. Ace of Pentacles, love it. Scorps, you guys are having, a lot of signs are having some really deep homework moments. You guys are, but it's kind of like you already knew what it was that you were culminating. And so coming in, you're already kind of aware of where you're taking your energy. The Sun, hey, Leos are always showing up in your readings, aren't they? I feel like they are. So yeah, these eclipses are happening in signs that actually work very well with you. Cancer and Capricorn are fantastic energies for you to work with. So like your magic ability to connect with these eclipses is going to be a lot more in flow than some signs, because they are in sextile and trining positions for you. Justice. There's just a lot of truth and answers coming up and bubbling to the surface this month. Now, here's the deal though. Eclipses can come with some confusion. We often need time to integrate whatever is coming through with eclipses, because they can be really big shifts. And if we just immediately jump into action on whatever we think we know around those eclipses, we can kind of miss the bigger point. And that's where I think this Mercury retrograde is actually such a gift, because it starts right in the midst of these eclipses. You know, we were in pre-shadow phase before the eclipses begin, right? The pre-shadow phase started around the solstice. But this Mercury retrograde comes in, slows down our words, slows down our actions, lets us review, lets us take a moment to take a breath and review what we're doing so that we can move forward. Hey, there you guys are. Death. And let the eclipses do what they need to do. So the first 3 weeks of this month, while we are in Cancer season and while we are working through this, I think it's really important to let the mystery come to you. The note that I have for you is this is a really big time of expansion for Scorpios. This is a time of really positive growth for you all. Empress, hey, I'm loving this. Oh, this is so good. This is a really beautiful time of growth, happiness, abundance, connection, and possibility for you, actually. Compared to a lot of signs, like I said, you jive really well with this energy. This is energy that's very supportive for Scorpios. It is homework. It is a little bit mysterious, you know, it's a little bit challenging for sure. You know, Pluto's over there in Capricorn opposing a lot of this action that's going on with the sun and with Venus and with Mercury. And so there is some challenge there for you. But I think in general, the thing is you guys just have this beautiful open field of possibility to grow into. And so your journey is going to be one more based on allowing that to kind of filter through to you rather than you manhandling it into existence, you know, because you have so many options. It could be really overwhelming. It's like analysis paralysis a little bit. And even as I'm looking at these cards, it's like, yeah, you do have transformation cards, but shocker for you guys, right? And King of Pentacles. Okay. Some pretty solid energy. I want to pull one more card. Three of Pentacles. These are, but like when you look at these cards, they are so supportive of you creating, connecting, loving, using your voice and your words and your ideas in really nourishing, beautiful ways. So one thing to keep in mind here too is part of the reason that's happening is you're getting a bit of a refresh, a revamp of your thoughts and belief systems, right? Because the way that these eclipses are hitting you, they're working with your mind and the way you think through things and the way you think of yourself and the way you even view your path moving forward. So it is a bit of Alice in Wonderland energy in general for everyone. Once again, I feel like this is energy you can work with. You guys are quite good at this. The one thing I will say though is being a fixed sign and being kind of being an energy that likes to do things in your way. This month is going to challenge you to take your hands off the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel, right? Like, that sounds so cheesy. But it's going to be this challenge of letting the right packages come to you. You know, it's like you're not going to the FedEx facility and going through all the packages and finding the one that's for you, right? You sit at home and you wait for the delivery to come to your house. And that's what this month is doing. Now you're doing a lot of energetic work behind the scenes, but you are not supposed to be rifling through and forcing all this to happen. The really good things are going to happen very easily for you. And keep that in mind. This is not a month where you are supposed to be looking for the hardest path and pushing through it and making it happen. Because I tell you what, it will buck and kick at you every time. You will not be able to make much headway. And that's how you will know that you are working with something that's really not meant for you. Because there will be this resistance field around it. There will be this funny, kind of strange dynamic with anything that's not flowing for you. So you're going to want to just remember that it's supposed to be easy. Now, yes, an old version of yourself is going away. Some cords are getting cut. You know, 10 of Swords is one of my favorite energies because it is the ultimate release from whatever it is. You know, it's dead, it's done. There's no going back. You don't have to keep rehashing it. It's really been taken care of, right? We're at the end of the line of whatever it is that's no longer serving you. And I often find This card comes up right when we're ready for the new thing, right when we're ready to open that door and really step into it, because we're so tired of the old BS, whether that's ours or, and a lot of times it is ours, right? Because if we're putting up with a situation or we stick with a situation, that's partially our desire to hold on to it for a little while, right? And I know Scorps, you guys are loyal beings. You're just so loyal and so consistent with that loyalty. It's one of my favorite qualities in you, actually. I just love that I don't ever have to question that with my Scorps. But, you know, it has the side effect of being sometimes you get stuck in these loops, right? So this Ten of Swords is a completion, a deep sigh of relief. Yes, there may be some pain with this. I feel like that new moon may bring up some things that help you clear that away. However, you are clearing space for something amazing, because look at these next 3 cards. My goodness. Who can argue with Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun? Man, you guys, this is so beautiful. Beautiful new visions of the future, amazing conversations, amazing deep conversations that take you to that place that you love to go, right? The ideas are going to be flowing through you right and left. So this is a beautiful time to get creative, to make that music, write, sing, move, make plans. I mean, I know, make plans, make general plans, have fun fantasizing about the plans you want to make. The thing with the eclipses and with Mercury retrograde is that they're not great for being really practical and like setting a whole bunch of things in order and putting everything in folders. Like, you can go over stuff and you can revise things. It's a great time for that. But it's better for creative play. It's better for kind of dreamy creative play and holding things lightly, not trying to understand them all right away, but playing with them. So playing with ideas, playing with plans, playing with possibilities. And this Page of Swords is helping you do that. It's helping you culminate that. So are this Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Look at these big dollops of energy. Look at this giant pentacle and this giant sun. They're like these medallions from heaven, right? You have some big abundance coming in this month. Big abundance coming in. The kind where it's just so crystal clear. What was I just saying about ease? This stuff, Ace of Pentacles, Sun, this is the kind of stuff that comes into your life, and it's not about the hard road of toil, right? It's not about the 10 hoops you have to jump through. This is about the stuff that comes into your life and it works. Sure, you have to make a phone call, or you have to go to an appointment, or you have to follow up with the opportunity, but it doesn't mean that it's hard. You know the difference between when you are trying to make something happen and you're making every phone call and everything just stops you at every point, and when there's an opportunity and then you take the next step and it works. You definitely know the difference between that. I think we can all parse through those differences. For you, you are supposed to be on the path of ease and joy. You are supposed to be on the path of fun and play and creativity. This is a time for you guys to play with your talents and gifts. This is also a time that could really bring in some deep love, some deep connection, deepen your connections, deepen your love, deepen your path when it comes to love, which is really exciting. These are the number of abundance cards we have here it's kind of wild. I don't even know really where to start or how to explain to you what I'm seeing for Scorpios, but that's why I said, the phrase I actually used is it's like you're in this giant field. When I was writing the notes, I had this vision of Scorpio energy. And you guys are in this huge meadow full of like wildflowers and butterflies and birds and flora and fauna of all kinds. And really, you could go in any direction. Like to the point where it's agoraphobia, right? Because you don't know what direction to take, right? It's so abundant. There is a right path for you, right? But you can't discover that beautiful path in like a classic decision-making way, where you just kind of like pros and cons and da-da-da. Because like, think about this metal. It's beautiful in every direction. There's pros in every, there's no way for you to do that, right? So you kind of have to trust in this ease factor, right? Of what intuitively just feels like the right place to put my foot. And you'll know what this is, because a lot of you will already have a really good idea of what this is. If this is a person you're interested in, or if this is a project that you're interested in, this is going to be something that's not a surprise. But, you have to dive into it. So here's what's really cool with you guys. There's a balancing out going on, right? Justice has been showing up as well as an energy this month. And Justice is a clarifier, right? She comes in and brings us the clear, crisp answer we need, the information we need. And here's what I will say. You have Page of Swords, you have Justice. And these two characters right here, they bring you what you need in that moment. They're not going to tell you every step after that. They're not going to give you a roadmap for the next 6 months. But they are going to give you the answers you need this month. They are going to give you the insight you need right now, when those eclipses happen, when Mercury retrograde happens, when you need to make a decision, when you need to open your heart to something. They are going to give you very crisp, clear instructions. And it's not going to be hard to hear these. This is actually a great month to keep just like a little piece of paper or bring a journal with you around. When you get these hits of information, just write them down. A lot of times there'll be a sentence or two, and just see how specific and crisp and clear your instructions are, Scorps, because they will be. And so Page of Swords and Justice are really about that. They're really about the simplicity sometimes of what we need to know when we need to know it. You just need to know that you need to go through this door. You just need to know that you need to start creating this thing. You just need to know that you need to start playing and feeling creative and having that big, beautiful heart open to things, right? And that's where Death and the Empress come in. This is really interesting because we have you showing up here, right? And we have Empress, which is Taurus, your opposing sign. And one of the really powerful things that's happening for Scorps in general is this huge revolution in relationship understanding, right? Because Uranus is in Taurus and will be in Taurus for several years. And so in your opposing sign like that, you are getting revolutionized when it comes to how you relate, how you love, how you give of yourself, and how you use love and how you use relationship and connection to be creative, to be an even better version of yourself. And because you have such a powerful place in the zodiac of being death and connected to rebirth, connected to birth, connected to life, you are so deeply connected to life and source that for you, your relationship energy, when it's getting lit up in Taurus, is extra potent. And there's a potency here with you meeting your match. And when you look at these 3 cards, this is about meeting your match. This is about meeting your equivalent. Now, for some of you, that really is going to be something that's coming up really strongly, is this sense that you are meeting your match, that you're meeting your matches in the people around you. You're meeting your matches in love, for sure. You're meeting your matches in the work you do. You're meeting your matches in the creative environment that you do things in. What's really interesting about this too is this is the path of least resistance. Death into the Empress is a natural process, right? We're not trying to paddle upstream here. These characters work in this progression and then they come back around, right? And so there's an ease here. There's an understanding. There's a back and forth. There's a flow. There's a mutual respect of balance here. Of course, some of you, maybe you will have a Taurus in your life or something like that, because we also have King of Pentacles here, and that's another Taurus energy. But that's the thing as well. King of Pentacles is about long-term investment. It's about choosing to invest in something that hits at your core and wakes you up to wanting to invest long-term in something. And so is the Empress. These are cards of deep value. Something that you value enough to take the time to create slowly and gently and steadily. Something that you value enough to put resources into, to check in with, to champion. And there's this sense with you guys. This is the craziest thing to say during a month with eclipses and a Mercury retrograde, because seriously, answers are coming in packages you don't expect. It's a time to slow down, take a few breaths before you say anything or make erratic movements. It's definitely a time to listen and not be high strong and running around right and left, but you are being asked to commit to something beautiful and meaningful. You're being asked to invest in it and be creative with it and playful with it. There's so many joyful cards in this reading that I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of this. You are meant to be in a time of value, in a time of valued relationships, valued connections, valued conversations, valued shared worldviews. You are meant to be investing in who you are now. And some of you, I think that really is, there's a project that you've been wanting to invest all your time and energy into. And some of you, it's that plus a relationship. It's like both are happening at once. And these eclipses are somehow doing something with you. They're calibrating you to the right pitch so that you can really show up fully to these things, because everything is just here to support you in doing that. And everything is here to support you in feeling that universal love and that support and becoming this next thing. It's really meant for you. This is really a time for you guys. This July is going to be extremely transformative, very alchemical, and there's a lot of kismet going on for Scorps. And that's what I'm saying with this huge flat flower field, right? It's like, but which direction do I take this adventure in now? I don't even know where to begin, because there's just every option. And don't worry, let guidance come to you. There will be surprises. There will be twists in the road. There will be new information coming in all the time. However, for you, the way it works is it's bringing you closer and closer to your heart's desire. And that is what I love to see in a reading. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm also excited the sun showed up in your reading, I have to admit, because, yeah, it's exciting. You can find me on Instagram at SarahVerba. You can also find me on my website at SARAHTAROT.com. I'll hopefully be opening up some sessions in the fall, so you can keep an eye on my calendar there. I've got it closed right now, but I will be opening up the fall sessions. Hopefully I'll be doing some Scorpio birthday readings down the road in a little bit, but you can check out all my stuff. I'll leave all my contact stuff in the description box. I'm also wearing PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry as always. She's making a ton of beautiful crowns right now, so you can go check out her Etsy shop if you're interested in gorgeous handmade, ethically sourced jewelry made by one woman with all the talent in the world. I love you guys so much. I'm really excited for July for you. I think this is going to be a beautiful month of abundance and curiosity and like love, like deep love, especially as the month progresses. As we move from Cancer season into Leo season on July 23rd, there's a really powerful shift going on. I love you guys so much. I will talk to you in August for more fun. Mwah.